Hey, 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 welcome to the attic. I'm Manadad, walking on the treadmill. Well, we got a mythic and a rare here in our Strixhaven Premiere Draft. That's best of one. Played against Jadzi. I played a little socially distanced paper tournament this weekend. An opponent who Jadzi. It was kind of like a, these things just have way too much text. It's kind of like a storm card. I'm just going to reserve the mythic for now. You can discard a card to bring it back to your hand. I mean, you got to get to 8 mana. So we'd be looking at Quandrix ramp or Prismari. Maybe splashing some Quandrix ramp. Otherwise, Stone Rain, I don't think you'd necessarily take highly in draft. Burying Books is good. That would be nice if that wheeled. Seems unlikely because there's not a lot of blue in the pack. Otherwise, you can do a nice deck with Sudden Breakthrough, Twin Scroll Shaman, kind of aggro stuff. Okay, well, we got a Quandrix rare here. So bounce a creature and buff a creature, 3 mana instant. Yeah, I'm down for that. Love Master Symmetrist. I like the Zoomancy. The Spirit Summoning is probably the worst of the summonings. But I try to play Quandrix here. What's the other side of this? You can put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And if you control 8 or more lands, you may discard a card, and if you do, you bring it back. So you just bring it back as Jadzi. Like a dump all your lands, and then next turn play Jadzi. You could like untap your lands too. Like, I mean, come on, it's a mythic. Okay, Eliminate's very good. Go to the Quandrix Plunge Mage. We also got Devouring Tendrils. I'm going to take that. Wow, this pack is pretty strong for Silver Quill here. I have made the mistake of getting married to my first picks in this draft. I think I've gotten weaker decks sometimes from that. It really does pay to move into the open deck. Inkling Summoning is the best summoning here. Study Break is really good. Combat Professor is really good. Even Essence Infusion has come up for me. Eliminate. I mean, if I was just in a vacuum taking cards, I'd probably take the Eliminate. The Pledge Mage is good. Quandrix Pledge Mage. I'll take the removal spell that's kind of on color. Huh. Okay, well, this gives us a chance to grab Environmental Sciences, which is the best of the common lessons, I think. Otherwise, I was looking at the Serpentine curve. I think you can get those kind of late. Heated Debate is really... that's pretty late to see that, too. Tough to pass that over Environmental Sciences. Definitely if we'd gone red in that first pack, we'd be happy. See that, but we'll just see what we keep getting here. So we got a Quandrix Campus. We got an Opt. Got this Culmination of Studies, which you probably actually splash in Quandrix. A lot here that's exciting. I'm going to take the Quandrix Campus in case we have to try to splash into some of these. I mean, the Quandrix Command I would definitely like to play. Otherwise, I've been disappointed with Stonebinder's Familiar. It just doesn't seem to proc or trigger as often as you'd like. Novice Dissector's been a disappointment. Teach by Example can be quite good, but it can also just sit in your hand. Kind of useless. This wants you to have non-land cards. Yeah, okay. Magecraft kind of wants you to have lots of spells. Alright. Test of Talents is not terrible. We got the Mage Hunter's Onslaught. In terms of Quandrix, green touches black. Mage Hunter's Onslaught is hard to splash though. And blue also touches red. Nothing that red here that I'd be that excited. Maybe Spirit Summoning, but that's not really splashable. between the Barag Befuddler, I think, and the Test of Talents. And now we can take a Biomathematician or a Vortex Runner. These have been a bit disappointing. We don't have any fractal synergies yet. We are seeing this kind of late, so maybe we can stack up a couple of these throughout the draft. Vortex Runner can just be a win condition, however. Again, nothing in red that we really want to go into, or black. Good enough to splash into. Okay, now we can take our Serpentine Curve. I'll work with Jadzi if we can ever cast it. See who's passing to us. This is you, leave a comment. If it's not you, leave a comment. Comment on anything. By taking all the wrong cards. Okay, well, I'll just take the Stone Rain for rare purposes. I think I'd like to build, there's a Ponza deck in Historic that you can use this for. Ponza is named after, I think it's named after like a calzone type thing that this guy who liked land destruction used to like to eat. He named his deck, land destruction deck, Ponza. That is the origin of Ponza. Yeah, none of these are super splashable. Maybe the Dueling Coach. Maybe Defend the Campus. But white is not in our splash colors here. I don't think we steered into the open lane. I think red-white is the open lane here. Mardu in general is the open lane here. Crushing Disappointment can be splashed. Guess I'll take it. Our Metal Sciences. We don't have any learn cards yet to grab it. So all we can do is hope we push people out. It looked like, I looked at the 17 lands data this morning. It's still Silver Quill, #1, winningest deck in the Premiere drafts, and then Quandrix, #2, and then the other three are all very close, although Witherbloom is falling a little bit behind Prismari and Lorehold. Lorehold is actually slightly ahead of Prismari, but like 0.1%, whereas Silver Quill is several percent ahead of them. In terms of win rate. Yeah, okay, I guess red is open. Would we ever run the Twin Skull Shaman? Huh. Yeah, let's go. If we have to go into red. Crash through. Charge through. The Detention Vortex. You never played Dragon's Approach in draft, so we'll just take that. Take the uncommon. That helps build your vault, get you more free wild cards. Try to play for as little money as I can. I have a different account called Free Spells, where I play Angle Trap. I main decked that for the first time. I wasn't super happy. Okay, well, Needlethorn Drake is really good in Quandrix. With the Leyline Invocation, we're not going to want this Silencer, unfortunately. Yeah, actually, there's the Arcane Subtraction. Question is, do we need to learn more than we need this creature? We might splash, so maybe the Needlethorn Drake is not going to be as good, although I really like that. We'll be happy to wield the Leyline Invocation here. Let's try that. We might also see more from this direction. Or see less from this direction. Depends. Okay, Inquisition of Kozilek. Not really splashable. That Inkling summoning. Killian is quite good. Ignis might be what we want to do. There's also the Carrick Wrangler if we're kind of going for a spells thing. It can go off. It's just I just hate to see a 3/3 for 5 though, honestly. I'd rather take the Soothsayer. Maybe the Ignis is good in a Storm deck. We'll see. There's Expanded Anatomy. That's a number 2 lesson in my book. Maybe number 1 in terms of win rate. But that's because you bring it out when you're about to win, or you're going to use it to win. Your opponent has you on the back foot, you don't bring it out. I'll take that over these. This is actually a learn card. Payment Breach lesson. Can't play. You can pretty reliably wheel that. We maybe should be moving into red, but I don't think over an Expanded Anatomy will do it. Okay, so Double Major is kind of a garbage rare. There's another Carrick Wrangler. The Quandrix Campus. Never play this in draft. Secret Rendezvous. We just take good mana. I mean, kind of replacement level creatures. 5/5 for 5 at least is a really good body in this format. Maybe I'm supposed to take that. See if black is open. And there's the Spectacle Mage. Otherwise, Biblioplex Assistant could be good. Somebody to our right is in Prismari. I think black is going to be our better splash, maybe. I don't know. We're seeing a lot more black at the end there, right? No, we're seeing a lot of red. I don't know. Like Elemental Masterpiece, that's something we could splash. Oh, but there's a Fractal Summoning and a Pop Quiz. Yikes. Yeah, we'll take the Fractal Summoning. Don't really have any ramp yet. Other than this Journey to the Oracle. Can't even get card advantage, you have to discard a card. Like a cast it when you have 9 lands thing. The Witherbloom Pledge Mage. Or Implemancer number 2. It would be good to put the +1/+1 counters on the Amplimancers. Maybe we'll just try to go a little bit Quandrix aggro here. And Faithless Looting could be interesting. We splash red. A really good red orb. We're just being Amplimancer.deck. Okay, so we wheeled the Leyline Invocation, that's fine. We like spells that make creatures here. Fractal Summon. There. Take the Soothsayer. Definitely one other Quandrix drafter here. Maybe, I doubt two, but somebody might be splashing into it if they've opened something really good. We could splash into black if we need card draw here. Run these crushing disappointments. I got some Magecraft payoffs. Got 10 creatures so far. We got 2 of these spells that make creatures, the Serpentine Curve and the Leyline Invocation. Phantom Trap we're going to try not to play if we can. Well, I doubt we're playing. I guess we might. There might be a world where we play Infuse with Vitality. Might be a world where we play 2 of them. Okay, so another Arcane Subtraction or the Elemental Summoning. Or the Cultivate. We got pretty good lessons here. We got Environmental Sciences, Expanded Anatomy, Fractal Summoning. I think I want the other Arcane Subtraction. Might be crazy to pass on a Cultivate. Not sure what Cultivate really does for us. We'd like to get some of those Quandrix Apprentices. Or we get a field trip. Oh, there's the Quandrix. That's what I want to talk about. Quandrix Pledge Mage. I think I'll take the field trip though. Ramp plus learn. I doubt we'll wheel our Pledge Mage. Maybe we don't need the field trip because it just gets a forest. Kind of like this with 2 charge throughs and the Arcane Subtractions and a bunch of like low drops here. In the late game we pump the Amplimancers and make a giant fractal and stuff like that. Could even play Befuddler. I think those were going around late. Elemental Masterpiece. Negate is quite good in this format. And there's also just Mentor's Guidance, which is a draw spell for us. Thing is, this can double trigger things like Carrick Wrangler. And there's our Needlethorn Drake. Nice. Like the Team Pennant too. Alright, so I think we're getting better hooked up with Quandrix from this direction. Alright, Amplimancer number 4. Or just Leyline Invocation number 2. I think I'm on the Leyline Invocation. Need one more playable. That would be that. The curve looking like. Really kind of ignore these ones over here. Devouring Tendrils even be ignored. Maybe Witherbloom Pledge Mage is a possible cut here. Frost Trickster. Decently late, pick 6 to get that. We are going for more of an aggro build. Oh, Zimone. I've been a little disappointed in Zimon, honestly. The Prismari Pledge Mage, unfortunately, is going to be too hard for us to cast on curve. I'll take Zimon. I'll also take the Quandrix Campus. If we stall out, Zimon is great. We almost have too many creatures in here so far. Not sure if these charge throughs are right for us. Oh, very late Cody. We actually took a lot of spells that make creatures. I'm going to consider it. Here's if we had gotten something black worth splashing. We could do with our Bloom Campus, but I don't think we did. Project. Puddler. There's the Symmetry Sage. I think we want to play it though. Don't have enough to trigger it. I'd like to get like 2 more Serpentine curves and really them down. Quandrix Pledge Mage and the Carrick Wranglers, and then a bunch of small creatures to put stuff on, like Needlethorn Drake. That seems like a deck to me. All the Amplimancers. Any of these. Quandrix Campus, last pick. I might actually play that. Okay, so looking at 4 cuts. I like the idea that we could go off with Jadzi, but it's sort of like, I don't know. Definitely have a lot better chance of playing Zimon on curve with the Quandrix Campus. Let's go down at least 1 Amplimancer. Test of Talents. Let's take that out for now. Counterspells can be nice with these creatures that trigger on instant or sorcery. Soothsayer Adept. We just got too many 2-drops, really. Better problem to have than too few. Biomathematician. I guess we will pretty reliably be making fractals, so that's okay. I guess we can keep it. Like all our 3-drops, I like our 4-drops. Carrick Wrangler. We just go down to 1 of these. A 3/3 for 5 is pretty bad. Although I guess we're unlikely to get run over in the early game with the double arcane subtractions. I actually probably run 1 fewer land with this double charge through. Heavier on green, so let's cut an island. That gives us 8 blue, 8 green. Might seem crazy when we've got like this top end, but I think that's going to be correct. And then we're just looking at 1 cut, which is probably going to come among the 2-drops here. These are our only learn cards. People are wised up, they're taking those higher now. Used to be able to just get them in the middle of the draft. Easy peasy. Let's go on the Amplimancers. That gives us 14 creatures plus 3, right? The double leyline invocation and the serpentine curve. And then for instants and sorceries, we're at 10, which is pretty good, I think. So a quarter of our deck is going to trigger Magecraft. Should be interesting. So if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, consider it. It really helps me out. And if you are a subscriber, hit that like button. Or let's see, we're going to do a prediction of how many wins. So if you think this deck will get more than 4 wins, hit the like. If you think it will get less than 4 wins, hit the dislike. Try that. Let's play. Oops, forgot to turn off the camera. Sorry. Those of you who don't like the swaying. Leroy Jenkins. Alright, well, this is a hand. We have a lot of 2-drops, though. That's not one of them. Boy, it would really stink to have to play a no-value Biblioplex Assistant. You gonna Barog? Barog Befuddle? Possible 4-drop coming down from Leroy Jenkins. Torrent Sculptor. Sure. That's a good card. Of course, we got the Jadzi. We could, we don't even have enough lands in our hand to like totally dump it too. I think we just gotta keep passing the turn until we can leyline invocation. Survive long enough. No blocks. Maybe we do put down Biblioplex Assistant as a front blocker. Not looking good for us, folks. Prismari aggro gang here. No blocks for now. Oh, just play another MDFC, why don't ya? I don't want to attack with the Befuddler. I got a chump block, we can't even make use of this. They are stone cold dead here. Try for some miracle. Frost Trickster does something. Sure. Trigger the ward, why not? Well, our lack of removal is definitely... Alright, well that's game. Okay. Let's take a look at the deck. Any removal we could put in when our opponent just gets a godlike start. Yes, there's Test of Talents and Reject. And more 2-drops there. Maybe those are more powerful though than something like the Befuddler. Even Zimone would have been nice there. Biblioplex Assistant. We didn't get Arcane Subtractions, would have helped there. The Fuddler can really only eat 1 once. We're down to 1 Amplimancer. We need enough 2-drops though. If we do lose the Biblioplex Assistant. It's nice to put +1 counters on that though. Maybe we'll go down the Karok Wrangler. 2 Karok Wranglers is a sure lot. Sure is a lot. Alright, I got victim of the Prismari aggro. See if we can do better against the Nirvana Nerd. Yeah, Pledge Mage with Tendrils is good. A bit slow. Arch through with Pledge Mage is good. I'd even be able to wait until Karok Wrangler is out to give us something we can kill. Oh, they did. That is nice. Okay. Huh. How worried are we about the Kelpie Guide? I guess we are. Burned out on our spells though before we played the Karok Wrangler. Alright, Zimone. Got a bounce? They got a trick? No? I guess I'd rather have the Karok Wrangler down. Maybe we should have put down Zimone. Karok Wrangler doesn't do a ton. Well, it's bound to have some interaction by now. 6 mana, a bajillion cards. Over here, like, sure. Okay, Cody. Not what I'm looking to play. Maybe this is a bad card in our deck. You can just draw a big spell, it'll be nice. Okay. It's Kelpin. Didn't kelp me. What was that? Like an animation glitch there. So we can't quite play Cody and Scry. I guess we'll pass the turn. We have a 1 in 4 chance of hitting our spells. Maybe that goes up if we can Scry here. We have an opponent down to 6. Oh, thank goodness. Got rid of that. No day, sure. We would like a snow day. We put in our counter spells. A lot of good it did. Biblioplex Assistant. Well, that's something. Play that. They may have a counterspell. Divide by 0, sure. Devouring Tendrils. Take out that Kelpie Guide. Very least. Okay, so opponent's holding up a bounce spell. Up another divide by 0. They got the fractal summoning. What if we just gotta go for it? Negate, sure. Chump block with Cody. Let's stop on the upkeep. Got a fair amount of 6 drops. It doesn't make sense, right? Because we can't do Cody's trigger unless we have 4. We'll probably not try. Pop quiz, huh? They don't want to make their big fractal for defense. Well, I think I let Karak Wranglers and Quandrix Pledge Mage trick me into, and Cody trick me into maybe doing a build of a high spells deck when I shouldn't have. I'd much rather have these Kelpie Guides. Time curve for 10. Nice. I'm gonna tap down here. Biblioplex Assistant. Opponent's smart, they'll tap down Cody. Scry here, Theron step. Ooh, I wish opponent would just beat us. Opponent's got the spells deck. This is what our deck wants to do, opponent. Kill me. And a Needlethorn Drake. Yeah, sure. Why not? Try. Try me something good. Arcane Subtraction. Well, that's something. Keep that. Or at least tapped out. The attack. I'm gonna lose one of these anyway. Right. We'd rather have the Quandrix Wrangler, I guess. That's gonna be. I guess we don't have a choice. Fractal ourselves. So bad. We would need like a board wipe. Alright, good game. Oh, interesting. Exactly as big as one. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Okay. 0-2. Got the Jadzi feel badsies here. This looks like an aggro hand at least. Amplemancer down, freeze something with the Trickster. Needlethorn Drake on the blocks. something to devour. Counterspell. Elf Druid. We're gonna do it here. Gonna fire this off. Biomansa. Biomathematico. Could be useful. So we'll keep it. Don't know what our opponent's up to. Land a creature next turn. We got Frost Trickster at the very least. Okay, they got Electrolyze. That is a good card. Their drop Warden. Sure. I'll have to be able to hold up Reject. The Trickster will let us get us through for... Yeah, let's just go with that. We're gonna feel bad if we weren't mana efficient. Cast a creature here, though, that will be good. Ah, Effecto. Sacrifice their Pill Drop Warden, get back Electrolyze. We ate their turn there. Okay. They might have a similar play here. Like they're holding up a counterspell. Aldo's got some kind of instant. Go ahead and try this. They might just have the negate, but... keeps us mana efficient. Ooh, let's to mute. Rough. What is in their hand that keeps causing them to tank? Whew. Are you still watching this video? Did I ever post it? If I did, maybe we turn things around here. Leave a comment. Let me know your story. How'd you get into Magic? I think maybe it was my friend Will Skapnik who first got us a revised starter deck. And we split it up and tried to learn to play in his basement. And had other friends who played too. Okay. They make us spend our mana. Something to wreck us here? Sudden breakthrough. Okay. Wow, they thought a lot about that. Maybe that was a dumb attack, I don't know. Should have known they had stuff going on. The big spell? This is a Twin Squirrel Shaman. Okay. Oh, love to get the Pledge Mage down first on that. This is only an attack trigger, so they can still get their discount. Okay. That I can't block very easily. Pledge Mage, sure. Okay, so they're just like a combat tricks deck. Now we've got all the spells. Let's see. Two +1/+1 counters on target creature. I guess we'll do it on the Frost Trickster. So let's bounce the Shaman. And let's buff the Trickster. Just attack all. We are the aggressor. Oh. Okay, we got a win. Yay. Victory. Keep it rolling. Fix this camera angle too. Well, was it bad draws the first game, or we just get a good draw that last game? Opponent definitely had a good draw that first game. Bit slow, but I like getting down the Pledge Mage on 3 and then just unloading a bunch of spells. May have to unload the Arcane Subtraction early. Campus Guide, sure. They are also a Quandrixer. They splashing with the Campus Guide is the question. And the answer is any day now. We'll find out. Thinking hard. How many colors are you splashing? Alright, Hot August Nights. Oh, yeah, let's just get down the campus. We can take a hit for 2. Yeah, you got a Quandrix Pledge Mage. Yep. Oh. We're on the back foot here. Jam session, sure. I take 5. Well, getting more land, no blocks. We are getting lots of land, but that's okay. Having 2 of these in hand. That's instant speed. Yeah, let's just pass the turn. Maybe we can blow them out. Can make the Quandrix Pledge Mage a 5/5. Yeah. Okay, they got that big play mana. Can replay the Campus Guide if they'd like. Incredibly lucky opponent has had like no interaction here. Yes, you can go down to 21. I think you'll survive. It looks like opponent might have some kind of trick. Do we get the fractal summoning? Do we get expanded anatomy? I think we might close out the game with expanded anatomy, so let's get that. And on Amplimancer is no joke. They've got an Amplimancer. And a Discarded Colony. Okay. Huh. Yeah, let's get in here. Oh, they did go for the double block. Trade 2 for 1. Might have lost on mana there. Master Symmetrist. Finally, I'm playing a deck where Master Symmetrist is not a concern. Would have been incorrect to play that first. Missed a damage, but no. Now I got two 7/7s. And that is win number 2. Okay, maybe my win rate in this format won't be going down quite as much as I feared. About a 57% win rate currently, which is, I consider, pretty decent. I'd like to get it up to 60. Of course, I'd have to be forcing the aggro decks, I think, to do that. Okay, up against Lord Asriel. Seems like a good hand. Put down Zimone and see if it draws removal. If it survives, we can Mentor's Guidance. Ooh, Killian. Killian is quite Danger Mouse. I think we're gonna have to take a hit from it. Let's just restock our hand here. Soothsayer, Depth, nah. We need some lands. There's a land. There's a land. The next turn we can Needlethorn Devour Killian. Overquill Apprentice. Yeah, oh. Yeah. They're gonna get a nice big hit in with it. And learn. This is not instant, is it? It's the sorcery, sadly. Huh. Yeah, I think this is still our play here. Kill Killian. Pass the turn. We're going to make a giant Silverquill Apprentice, but we can block it with the Needlethorn Drake. Next turn, we'd like to Carrick Wrangler instead of Frost Trickster if we can. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Edge Mage, okay. Unfortunately, we only have one blue. I'm just going to leave up this, and if they don't play anything we can hit, we'll just use Simone, I guess. Oh, you can't use that unless you have 8 or more lands. Yeah, okay, they had another Killian. That's bad. That's a bad. Flying. Oh, I should have. Why didn't I do that? Forgot I was gonna kill that. I thought they couldn't play it, but of course they got the Killian. Alright, well, we really screwed that up. Really stuck on blue here. Yeah, I think we got a Frost Trickster. Tap down Killian. Pass the turn. Buy us some time. Match of Malice. Sure. We are getting Silverquilled and we're short on blue. Uh-oh, rare. Well, joke's on you, opponent. We don't have any removal. So we got that going for us. turn. Oh. Did I do this to kill the Pledge Mage, or they got some pump spell? What are we going to want? Fractal summoning? Grab another land, maybe? Get some life? Yeah. It was a good game anyway. Gain some life. We could just make a big creature on the ground. That gives us blocks for Killian. I guess that's our play here. Gonna kill us in the air, however. I don't think we're gonna be able to race them. Okay. Implements are not helpful. Just for 4 in the air. We gotta keep this up, because we can't let them get a removal spell. Silverquill is the best deck, however. Counter it. It would be too late. Getting their Magecraft trigger. On a library. On a graveyard. Now I wish we had the anti-flyer kill spell. They not just put us out of our misery. Oh, you can use it if you don't have 8 cards. Yeah, I'll attack. Okay. Well, anybody who downvoted this deck was correct. Two and 3. I feel like we probably could have gotten one more out of it, but we didn't. So leave a hashtag Jadzi feel badzi if I bothered to post this. And thanks for joining me here in the attic. I have been Manadad. Adios.